Umesorah Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbonim, Rebbeim, Balabatim, and Klal Yisrael, I feel very honored to be welcome among you. Before I begin, I have to commend the courage of Torah Umesorah inviting someone to speak, a little fellow from Boston, who isn't cut from the same mold, who has a bit of a reputation of speaking his mind even if it's not politically correct. It takes a lot of courage. The Rebbe says it's dangerous to invite me to speak. Rabbi Holland, your heart rate shouldn't be going up, don't worry. They hedged their bets by telling me I had 6 minutes, not 5, not 7, 6, Vov, maybe hoping I'd stick with Vavei Ha'amudim of the Torah. And I'm supposed to speak on the theme of the conference, which is, I'm not alone. So Baruch Hashem, I have a couple of anecdotes on the subject that are actually based on psukim in this week's Parsha. I wrote out the psukim, the Voram Shebechsavi, Amrin Balpeh. Ein Mikra Ba'olam, the whole Parsha is really about I'm not alone. Let me tell you about the personal anecdote. I actually have 2 on the subject, but in 6 minutes I can only give you 1, actually half, but I'll go over a little bit. There's a lot of controversy these days about frum boys going into the IDF, the Israeli army. Don't worry, I'm not going to speak about that, though I do have strong views. And they talk about, in the English press, they say the ultra-Orthodox, like we're some sort of laundry detergent or breakfast food, ultra-Jew. My experience was with the other end. We have 5,000, by the way, Haredi boys in the IDF these days. And in my view, to some extent, it's a Kiddush Hashem. The general of that unit came to see me over the summer. That's a different story. A few years ago, I was with a group of very chashuv rabbonim, and we were traveling. We were at the airport, waiting for our plane to take off, and we see in the distance a group of young men coming down. Vilda, you know, the mamish goyim, in army fatigues, with one with the purple hair and one with the earring and another with the tattoo, loud. You know, the ragtag group. But as they get closer, we hear them speaking Hebrew. And it turns out that this group of boys in their 20s had just finished their service in the Israeli army, and they were going away on vacation to celebrate. So we had some, under our breath, tough words for them. Shkotzim, Amaratzim, Achil Hashem. Really, we were shoifech on them. I had drummed into me, as an einikel of the Ohev Yisrael, the Aptarov, Ahavas Yisrael. You have to be loimed zechus on every yid. So, not being shy, I put my head in the jaws of the lion and I say, look, chevra, they're still Yiddish neshamas. They still have a zechus. Come on, what kind of a zechus? Look at them. It's a chil Hashem, they're shkotzim. So I said, well, they don't have much respect for us. And we may not have much respect for them. But think of this. If any one of us, Rabbonim, were anywhere in the world in danger, those are the boys who would go anywhere in the world to risk their lives to save us. No other nation, no other people. Those shkotzim. And if that's not a zechus, then I don't know what is. Because we're not alone. We're Jews. Why would they do it? Because they respect us? Because they follow the Torah? No. because we're Jews, and no Jew is alone. We're all part of the same single unified nefesh. And you see it in the psukim in this week's parsha. After all the names of those coming from the extended family of Yaakov into Mitzrayim to join Yosef, it says, all of these people are kol ha-nefesh ha-bo'ol Yaakov Mitzrayim. It doesn't say kol ha-nefashos. Kol ha-nefesh. Hey ha-yediyah. One single soul. We're not alone. We're all together. Nefesh Yehudi. And what does Yehuda do? Vayigash Elav Yehuda. The parasha Vayigash is all about Hagosha, Hakrova. Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Vayomer, and he says, Bi Adoni. Pshat is that the Bi is Bavakosha, please. But we know the most common usage of the word Bi is in me. One Jew feels the presence of another. Yehuda didn't yet know who Yaakov was, but he felt him in him. Vayigash, and he came close. And after Yosef reveals himself, the pasuk says, Vayomer Yosef el Echov geshuno elai. Again, Hagosha Hakrova. We're not alone, we're in this together. And then comes something very strange. This major reunion after all of these years of Bnei Yisrael, Achenu, all together. And what does Yosef focus on? V'higadetem le'avi es kol kavodi b'Mitzrayim. Tell Yaakov how great I am. I'm great. My kavod. It sounds like Trump, not like Yosef Atzadik. And Yaakov would care? Yaakov Avinu cares about kavod? That's what Yosef wants him to tell Yaakov after all of these years? Look at all my kavod. B'shem Zekeni HaKadosh Baruch Hu Umesorah Nechet HaBaal Shem Tov Zechusa Yogein Aleinu Zechet Tzadik V'Kodesh Livroch L'Chai Olam Haba. Rabbi Baruch Hu says no. Es kol kavodi zel loshon kavedus. It's not kavod, it's kaved. All of my burdens. Tell my father all of the kvedus, the burdens, the trials, the tribulations that I, Yosef, have struggling to lead Egypt, the most powerful country in the world. Why tell my father that? What's the importance of Yosef emphasizing the kvedus of his position, the seriousness, the burdens, the troubles? Because now he's not alone. Now he's reunited, Achenu b'nei Yisrael, with ha-nefesh, one nefesh. And where should they live when they all come to Mitzrayim to join Yosef? V'yoshavta be'eretz Goshen, v'hayisa karov elav, v'hayisa, it doesn't say v'hayisem. V'yoshavta be'eretz Goshen, v'hayisa karov elai. Yosef is in Mitzrayim, they're going to be in Goshen, this is karov. The Mefarshim say that Goshen was part of Mitzrayim. But that's like saying that Hawaii is part of the United States. There are no buses, there are no trains, there are no cars. It's not like going from Borough Park to Flatbush. I don't know what direction it is these days, Flatbush to Borough Park to Flatbush. It's not so close. What do you mean, Karov Elai? So the Ma'or V'Shemer says that Goshen is Gosh HaKrova Benun Sharei Bina. Wherever a Jew is in the world, we're close to one another. That's Hagosha, that's Hakrova, that's Ha-Nefesh. You are not alone, you're not a Yochid. You're not a Yochid. Yochid is Yud Ches Yud Dalid. There is still two Yidden in Yochid. And if you take away the second Yud, you're still left with Yachad together. That's the Umesorah of our Torah. That we are one people all together. And in Chinuch, that's Torah Umesorah. Because whatever kavod you have, whatever kavedus you have in your particular mosad or your particular yeshiva, whether you're a Rebbe or a balabus or a principal or an executive director, Torah Umesorah is there in Eretz Goshen for Hagosha, for Hakrova, in Nun Sharei Bina. Nun Sharei Bina is their experience and their background and their wisdom and their expertise in chinuch. And if they don't have the answer, they'll go and try and find it for you. This is the Umesorah of our Torah, that we are one people, ha-nefesh. And this is the Ahavas Yisrael that we need to pass on to the next generations, to teach our Talmidim and our students and our children that it doesn't matter whether a Yid wears a kippah sruga or a hat or a shtreimel or goes gilui rosh chas v'sholom. He still has nefesh Yehudi. We're all part of ha-nefesh. And that's the love of Ahavas Yisrael we must convey to the next generation. B'Umesorah u'b'Mesiras Nefesh, and the generation after that, and onwards, ad bias HaMashiach b'mheira v'yameinu v'chein yiratzon v'nomar. Amen. Thank you for your patience.